All right, hey, it's Dan, your numerical lion, back again from my secret undisclosed location, back with another video. And I wanted you to share this video um, of drone footage of the Hawaii quote unquote wildfire 108 days after the Lahaina fire. This is a video from Hawaii Real Estate. They have 222 subscribers, and that's interesting because that's the order out of chaos number. If you notice as well on the bottom, it says it's 16. The video is 16 minutes and 3 seconds, and we could call that number 163 because zeros don't count. That's the 38th prime, and fire equals 38. Also, murder, death, killing is also 38, right? Familiar numbers to us. Death, killing. Oops. And we know killing as well is 38 as well. So this is also interesting because Joshua Green, the alleged governor of Hawaii, the 9th governor of Hawaii, born on the 42nd day of the year, this happened. He assumed office on December 5th, which is interesting. It happened before January. Usually they assume office in January, but he assumed office on the 5th of December, and that was 8 months and 3 days before this all happened, which is interesting. And it also is interesting because if you look at this, both things happened on a day with 59 numerology, and also happened on a day with 23 numerology and 39 numerology. 59 a kill number in Jewish Gematria. So very interesting. A coincidence, no doubt. And I'm going to show you this video, and we're going to move on to other things. So this video, he starts out with a quote, "For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory." He goes with you, but you have to, do the thing. You have to get the ball rolling. So I want to show you this footage. So this was done on November 26th, 108 days after the fire. And here we go with the footage. And just take a look at this if you've never seen it before. Just the amount of trees that are standing, the houses that are standing, and the sheer destruction around it. Why didn't this house burn? This house burned to the ground. Everything here to the ground. These trees left standing. That house. And remember, the winds, they said, came from the hills. So why didn't it burn this area? Why are these trees still standing? Why, and yet everything else looks like a war zone. I mean, look at this. It's just, is this a fire? Have we ever seen fires like this, which leave trees standing and melt? Oh, dang that. Very sorry for that. And I'm getting this malware virus stuff. Oh, that was a YouTube. Anyway, check this out. We've got trees standing. We've got absolute destruction right on the front here, on the waterfront. I almost said the lakefront, the ocean side. We got trees standing and burned out areas right in front of it. The wind is coming from this way, supposedly, and there's fire here. And yet this area left untouched, this house left untouched right here, and yet burned here. How do you explain that? This house left untouched, this house, these trees untouched but burned. This area devastated, but in here it's fine. Remember, the wind is coming from this way. And look at this destruction. Just massive destruction right on this very expensive real estate, right on the coast. You know, these images don't lie. Look at this. And now we're going to go over this area in this drone footage. Big shouts out to Hawaii Real Estate. They've got a book out. Someone connected with him called Burn Back Better. You can buy it if you'd like to find out what happened. So look at this. This is sheer destruction. I'm not a fire expert, but I want to know how come the trees didn't burn. If these things burned so grotesquely, like we have metal that is melted. I'll show you pictures later on of cars that are melted, and you've probably seen them. I mean, look at this tree right here standing, and this building collapsed, burned, very hot, fire. But this tree standing, these bushes are all right, right? Across the street, burned. Right here, burned. This tree's fine. How did the fire get here and not burn these trees? There's a better picture. He's going to take a turn, but look, these walls are intact. Walls are intact, right? Check it out. This fire here, destruction here. Turn over here. These trees all intact, still standing, and yet this building, this area here, destroyed completely, like bombed. How can that be? How can that be? Is this a normal fire? I don't know. I'm asking you. Look at this. It looks like powder, like things have just been reduced to powder. What is this? Is this a normal fire? Have you seen the remnants of a building after a quote-unquote regular fire? Okay, and so we have this massive destruction here. No, trees aren't burning. This home is fine. This area is fine here. Across the street is fine. But these have burned. How is that possible? How come these burned, but this didn't? The wind is coming from this direction, coming this way. This is burned, but this is not burned. What? How is this possible? How is this possible? I'm just asking, just like Eric West is asking in his videos. How is this area, how are these trees still standing here and yet completely destroyed? Just the walls remain here, right? We've got all this virus crap. And look at this. This is the most incredible example. These trees are so close to this burned structure, but they did not catch on fire. They did not burn down. Why? Well, across the street, same story. This looked like, to me, in my opinion, this looks like a targeted strike, a military operation, microwave or directed energy weapons or something. How do you account for this? Look at these cars. They're just totally destroyed. I don't know if you can tell, but they're melted out. We're talking excessive, incredible heat, and yet we have these trees standing. And the fire is jumping. The embers supposedly went all over the place, but this is untouched. Building is untouched, and we have burned all around it. And this fence is intact. This wooden fence, this building intact, but this is all burned around it. This is fine. This area is fine. But then right over here, as you can see, there is massive destruction. Massive destruction. How can this be? How can this be? This is fine. Whatever this edifice is, maybe a parking garage or something. No burning here, right? But yet over here in this direction where my mouse is, where my pointer is, destruction, destruction. Just massive destruction. Crazy. Look at all this. Burned out. There you go. Bombed out. Look at this. This is metal. Melted metal. And yet this tree standing, in this area standing. We have buildings that are gutted, that are melted, that are destroyed. In this area, it's still standing. I mean, it's just insane. Look at this. This is massive destruction. This is 108 days after the fire. Look at this, burned out, but it stopped here. And then it jumped this house and went here and burned here. What? Or it went this way. Which way did the fire go? Supposedly it came from the mountainside, which would be over here, in this direction. Burned this area. Cars are just melted. Right? It's just totally destroyed. Look at this area. It's just totally destroyed. Massive destruction. Massive destruction, like a war zone, like a bombed out city. Because if it was burned, you'd still have the structure, you'd still have the foundation left. Just massive. I'm not a fire expert, I'm just using common sense. What did this? Look at this. Trees standing. Things destroyed. Viruses everywhere on my computer. I mean, this is insane. Look at this. Look at the amount of destruction. If you've never seen this, take note. This is like Paradise in California. Very similar what happened there. And there are fires that are happening that, well, we know what's going on. Those that watch my channel know what's going on. Look at this destruction. Unbelievable. And then right across the street, fine. This tree's fine. Massive fires. How hot does it get? You have to get to melt metal, right? Look it up. And then how come it didn't catch these houses? They're these trees, right? And then you have fire here. I mean, I hate to belabor the point, but there's this thing burned, but not this tree. What happened? What happened? Why did it stop? It was coming from the, remember, supposedly the wind was coming this way. Why did it stop and then go around? Well, you could say different buildings have different building codes and whatever. This doesn't make any sense, though. This tree right here. Insane. Insane. I think you get the picture. Let's look at some of the gematria of this whole situation. Let's look at what real fires look like. First of all, where's that? Had that somewhere. Okay, house fire. So this is what some fires look like. This is what happens when there's a fire, right? Structure intact. Burned out. Of course, these are wooden houses. Look, this is still standing. Burned on the top. Burned here. This is all burned. Crazy shit. So, there's more. Just if you haven't seen this footage, you need to see it. Look at these homes. These homes are fine, but destroyed. Valuable real estate right here. Incredibly valuable real estate. Maui, right on the beach. These are destroyed. These are fine. These are destroyed. That's fine. Right? This tree. Look at it. It's destroyed up here, but it's fine right over here. The winds were coming this way, supposedly. That's the story. Large embers going everywhere. Believe what you want to, but look at the evidence. Look at the evidence of this destruction. Is this destruction from a fire? This is one hot fire. Wouldn't it have just destroyed everything? I mean, come on. How come it's not destroying trees, wood, and leaving and melting metal? How is this possible? How is this even possible? So, let's get, this is 108 days. So this happened Fire 78, like order out of chaos. So there's some interesting order out of chaos stuff. I mentioned that before. This is the gang at work. 75, just like the name of the governor at the time, Joshua Booth Green, also 183. He married some woman with the same 183 numerology as well. Joshua Booth Green, Order Out of Chaos, both 183 and 75. 222 like the number associated. So I mentioned it was 8 months and 3 days. And from his birthday, which was the 11th, it was 178 days from his birthday to the fire. And 178 is a number associated with Kabbalah, the code that, what Gematria is from. Kabbalah, also 38, like fire, like death, like killing. Here's the 178 number. And if you say it was 179 days, on the 179th day of his age, then we're talking about 79 is interesting. I know it was interesting. I don't remember why it was interesting. It's all interesting. It's 79. Oh, Lahaina town, which is what this is called. So on the 179th day of Joshua Green's age, and I think he was born in 1970, so this happened, he was 53, right? So it was he was 53 at the time. And then if you look at Lahaina, Lahaina's got these military numbers, 44 and 28, like military, which is 107, 44, military, 107 the 28th prime number. Hawaii, known for its military, right? Hawaii also has got the 33 and the 111. I'll show you why that's interesting later on. And of course, the conspiracy number, 51. So, Joshua Green, Jewish family, born on the 42nd day of the year. He's the 9th governor of Hawaii. If you write out 9 equals 42, 42, of course, that number of Saturn, a Freemason. Of course, you have to be in the club. He won with 74% of the vote in the Democratic primary, which is real competition because the general election he won going away. Yeah, he won with 49% of the vote. Isn't that interesting? Oh no, wait, plus or minus 49. So he won big time. And he ushered in this thing. And from his birthday, his next birthday, to what happened is 187 days, like 187, like, 187, like Society of Jesus 187. I'm sure he's in the club, 187 and 188 is the Bavarian Illuminati. Happened on 8/8. Hawaii, the 59th day of the year. Hawaii founded statehood in 59, 64 years ago, right? That kill number, kill 64, 44, like military. People are, saying maybe this was a DEW, 49, like Green. Green got that 137 number, 86, like sacrifice. It happened on a day with 23 numerology. So very interesting. Josh Green. Got the 47 like foundation. So then there's another character in this, the mayor of Hawaii, of Maui, I mean, Richard T. Bisson Jr. And check out his gematria. He's got the 111, and that's interesting because he was born on a day with 111 numerology. Hawaii is 111, right? And he was born on the 59th day of the year. Hawaii admitted into the Union in 1959. This happened on a day with 59 numerology, right? Joshi Green came into office on a day with 59 numerology, if I can speak. Right there. Happened on a day with 59 numerology. 64, almost 64 years ago. Pretty crazy, right? So let's look at statehood. When was statehood for Hawaii? 8/21, 1959. So 63 years ago and 350, so 13 days before, right? And let's look at their numbers for statehood. 107 like military. Lahaina also with that 28. And 233, the 51st prime number, 233. 233 is a very special number, actually. I'll show you in a second why. Just be patient. It's also the 13th Fibonacci. It's the 51st prime. Hawaii, 51. Right? So very special. And Mayor Bisson. So Mayor Bisson, this happened from his inauguration, which was the third, which was the 218th day of the year from when he was inaugurated. Look on 47 numerology, right? 218 days, and death So Bisson Jr., Richard T. Bisson Jr., 111, born with 111 numerology, Hawaii 111, right? Order Out of Chaos 78, and Bisson. Look at Bisson in green. Let me show you something. Bisson 68 and 94 and 23, very similar to Green's numbers. 49, 86, the reflection of 94. See that? And also the 23. So very interesting there. So yeah, 218 days. We know that's a number associated with death in the standard version, standard cipher. Here it is, 218. So all in all, what a messed up thing. Totally messed up. Please look into it if you don't know about it. Hawaii, the 50th state. And never forget Lahaina. So thanks everybody. This is Numerical Lion. The video I felt I had to put out. Thank you so much for checking it out. And